Hello, welcome to the Robo Samurai channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you a review of Transformers Legacy Evolution Detritus. And here he is right there, but hey, let's take a look at the box. The box looks like a box. Well, it has this great artwork on it as well. So there's the artwork there, there's this, there's that. You can see the Decepticon symbol here and Autobot symbol here because he is a mercenary. There is on top here a QR code with the tech spec and all that other stuff. I will link that down in the description below. And it shows you all the product modes. You got the Evo Fusion where you can stick this gun into that gun and then have the missile tip here and that there and that. And then he's holding all those there and it's all that stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got for the packaging. Hey, it's good stuff. He comes with a set of instructions. This is what they look like, and you know the story. This here is basically the this is a remold of Hound from the Siege, from the War for Cybertron Siege. Yeah, it's a remold, and what he's remolded to look more like his G1 self. But this is not Hound. If you had some green spray paint, maybe I could change that. I do have green spray paint, but I'm not going to do that to this figure. I'm just going to get that Hound figure when it comes out, you know? So, yeah, that's kind of it. And by the way, let's do a quick comparison to that. And you can kind of see right here what they look like side by side. Anyway, we'll do a little bit more here in a minute. Let's take a close-up look at this figure, because this is not about Hound. This is about Detritus. So anyway, he's got that little thing here, which would this is his gun, everyone, a gun that looks pretty good. And he's got this little accessory here, which is his little over-the-shoulder missile launcher. And you can take this missile tip off, and much like in some of the depictions, you can put it here. It'll fit great there. And then if you want to do the whole, you know, what is this? This is the combined gun thing, and maybe that's a cool thing to do. And then he can hold it like this, and now he's got that good-looking gun right there. So, yeah, good stuff there. So let's take a look at it, a little bit closer look at this. And Detritus, if you didn't know, is a Junkion. He is a mercenary Junkion. So yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with here on that. But let's talk about the figure itself. And you can see right here, hold on, maybe, if you look at his head, you can see that he has a little goatee. It's so hard to see, but it is painted on there. So yeah, it's under there, and you can kind of see it. Maybe it's showing off on the camera. I don't know. I'm trying to show. Yeah, I think that's cool. He's got a little silver paint there. He's got red eyes. He's got some gold paint here. Some silver paint on the headlights that are in the front. He's got a tampographed Autobot symbol and some paint around the arms right there. We've got red and a little bit of a goldish, silverish gold color. And there's some paint on his legs here and here. You got red and you've got brown. Also on his toes, you've got these are cast in brown and painted tan right on the edge tips right there. You've got these here, the thighs. They're called thighs, and they are they're in that kind of slightly metallic kind of plastic. So you can see the wheels are also, they've got paint on them as well. So, and you can see a little Decepticon symbol back there. And then, you know, there's some paint on this piece here and the windshield duck. This kind of detail will come out when we transform him. All right, so, yeah, and then yeah, if we can hold on to this thing. So he has some pretty good articulation. So, I mean, he can do the whole arm will go all the way around, 360. He's got his shoulder joint will go out that way. We've got bicep swivel. We've got 90-degree of bend at the elbow. So, yeah, all the good stuff that we expect. He's got waist swivel. The head can turn. It's on a slight ball joint, so but not too much. but probably just enough. And you can kind of see like there's the gap there that they have. So plenty of space to, you know, turn around and look over his own shoulder if he needs to do that. You've got the knee bend here. You've got these are all, I think these are all, these are like universal style joints. Okay. So you can do the splits like this and that way. So there's plenty of motion and what can be done there. And then these are ankle tilts. So very good stuff. Good stuff indeed. But, you know, and I don't think I have done I've owned this figure for a while, but here's some comparisons, and you can kind of see, you know, some of the similarities here between these two figures. And, the arms are pretty much the same. And believe this is the same as well. Not quite. The crotch is not the same, but the legs are very similar, and the transformation on these are basically the same. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, and if they're going to release this as this in, you know, this colors or, you know, maybe lighter green colors, that'll be great because, you know, we're kind of looking for maybe that same head sculpt. So anyway, yeah, it'll be good stuff. So, and if you want to set a little bit of a comparison, how these guys look next to Optimus Prime, there he is there. So, I mean, even though we're reviewing this figure, not this one. So anyway, yeah. And as for the transformation of this thing, it's pretty easy. So let's go ahead and get into that. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to untab these here. You'll see that they tabbed in right there and fold them back like that. And then I fold these. See, there's kind of an angle right here. I kind of lined this up so that the angles kind of fit because that will come into play soon here. Okay, so then lift the windshield up from back here and then go on ahead and flip this up. Now this windshield will peg into these here. So go on ahead and do that, and then you can go on ahead and close this all the way down. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we're going to bring these arms all the way in, thusly, and then we're going to turn these arms this way, and you want to turn them so that if you look here, there's a little slot right there. We want to make sure that slot is facing down. That's the best way you can do this. Yeah, and then you can keep, even though you can turn these hands, you know, you just leave them like that. You can adjust them if you want, and I'll show you a little bit about that in a minute. Okay, so now the next thing we want to do is we're going to take these, and then you'll notice here, you can pull this out just like that, so that there's a gap there. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And then we're going to flip this entire thing over like this. Do the same thing on the other side. And then you can tab them back here. Right there in the back, right there. Close that up. And then these will tab into the front here. And you see this this tab here going to this slot there. So go ahead and just push those in. Oops, see, that one came undone. So just do that and close them up like so, and there we go. And then do the same thing back here. There we go. And then fold these toes. You'll fold them in just like that, and then you can kind of give this another push. And then with these arms, you remember those slots, they're the pegs right there, and you'll just peg them in like that. And that's pretty much it. There's Detritus in his vehicle mode. And you can kind of give it a squeeze, but you can kind of take a look and see how things kind of shape up here. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm looking forward to seeing this in a nice shade of green. And maybe silver here. But you can see the Decepticon symbol. This is actually painted on this, and this is cast. This is also painted clear plastic on this side. And then the wheels, of course, are all painted silver on the hubs. So very cool. And then there's all sorts of little bits of detail in there, you know. So, yeah, good stuff. Then you can take this and the missile tip thing. Okay, and then you can just plug them into here and plug this one into here. So, yeah, and that's what we got going on with that one. And as long as we're at it, and this is such a simple transformation, you know, by the way, you can roll this nicely. Let's go on ahead and transform this. Why not? Let's make this a double feature. Anyway, so see, it's the same exact transformation. So you can kind of do that, and this. And then, of course, the only difference is you've got this extra piece here, because this version of Hound is a is a little bit different. But you know, I'm kind of interested, and how these here will, you know, it's like, if we get the other one, is this one all that bad of a mold? Well, of course, if it's not available, then your only choice, oh my gosh, it's a bad mold now because I broke it. Wait, snap that in. Hey, come back here. Holy moly. Look, it's a malfunction. What am I supposed to do? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to snap this straight back into there. So, look at that. Too much fun to have on this show. Anyway, it's just a friction joint. So there we go. But, all right. Got it back. No worries, everyone. All right, so let me tab this back in there and that in there. So you can see it's essentially the same transformation. See? And then you take these, fold them in, plug them in back here. I'm going to give a nice little comparison for these. So that's why we're kind of doing this now. But, you know, again, those thoughts, you know, how does this look to you guys? I mean, do you think, well, because the availability is pretty much gone for this thing, you know, this would be the other choice. And this has more of a G1 looking vehicle mode, let's face it, you know. You know, it's almost like I wish I could switch this windshield out for this one here, right? So, yeah, so, but you can see kind of like the differences in the mold and the vehicle mode as well, so... Yeah, so roll away. But this review is about Detritus, and I think it is a good mold. And like I said, I can't wait to see it in its lovely green colors. All right, well, that's pretty much what we got. I did pick this up from Amazon, and I think it was Amazon. Yeah, it was Amazon. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you guys next time. See ya.